Welcome to 365 English. Listen to stories easily. We help you learn English happily through various stories. The speed is slow and the pronunciation is clear. The more you listen, the more you will enjoy it. If you like it, please like it, leave a message to chat, and don't forget to subscribe. From nothing to something: how financial education enters the classroom and life. In the early 20th century, the term financial intelligence had not yet been born. Ordinary people only knew about money in piggy banks and pay slips. Financial management is a rich man's game that has nothing to do with most people. At that time, schools taught patriotism and mathematics but did not teach how to use the first pay slip. Parents only said, "Don't spend money recklessly," and no one taught you how to spend money wisely. As a result, a common phenomenon emerged: working hard all your life but still no savings. Some people owe usury, some people are deceived by investment, and countless people live in the vortex of spend first and pay later. Financial traps are like silent hunting nets, easily trapping ordinary people. Credit card debts, illegal fundraising, and moonlight clans, these were foreshadowed 100 years ago. It was not until the 1970s that some high schools in the United States began to experiment with a new course: stock market simulation. Students use virtual funds to operate real market conditions, buy and sell stocks, and experience risks and benefits. This game-like course quietly ignited the fire of financial education. It is not economics in the traditional sense, but teaches children to understand money, risks, and choices. Students experience the consequences of blindly chasing the rise in the game, and also understand the value of asset allocation. A virtual investment is a preview of life behind it. This attempt did not quickly become popular at the time. After all, financial management was not considered must-have education, but this idea has planted the seeds of future education reform. It was not until 2008 that the world ushered in a real financial earthquake: the subprime mortgage crisis. Millions of families went bankrupt, their houses were repossessed, their savings evaporated, and the stock market plummeted. This disaster exposed a cruel fact: there are too many people in the world who do not understand finance at all, but are surrounded by financial products. Mortgages, variable interest rates, and derivatives are just signatures to them. In the United States, a survey showed that before the crisis, up to 60% of home buyers did not know that they were signing floating rate contracts. They treated their houses as banks, and eventually the banks took their houses away. This global crisis has made governments realize that financial literacy is not only a personal choice but also public safety. Those who understand finance can protect themselves. Those who don't can drag down the system. In 2012, the OECD included financial literacy in the PISA International Student Assessment Test for the first time. This move symbolizes that financial literacy education has officially entered the global education agenda. PISA test questions do not test your stock trading skills but ask, how do you plan your pocket money? Do you understand the cost structure of credit cards? The children's answers make adults ashamed. Countries also acted quickly. Singapore has written financial management concepts into primary and secondary school courses. Australia has promoted the Money Smart campus plan, and Japan has also included savings and budgeting in moral education. In China, the rise of financial literacy education was a little late, but since 2010, the trend has begun to change. Some cities have begun to pilot financial management experimental classes, and financial middle school courses have quietly enriched. Parents no longer only focus on math scores, but also care about whether their children understand credit, interest, and budget. Social consensus gradually formed. IQ alone is not enough to cope with the future society. Around 2020, more and more educational companies launch children's financial quotient courses. Use stories, games, and role-playing to teach children to understand the flow and responsibility of money. Some children learn budgeting in the simulated supermarket. Some children understand compound interest from the family bank. Some families even participate as a whole family, using financial quotient education to establish parent-child dialogue. In 2025, China's Ministry of Education may list financial literacy courses in primary and secondary schools as elective or compulsory. This step will allow financial quotient education to move from the private sector to mainstream classrooms. Behind this change, there is a heartwarming story. In 1995, in Chicago, USA, a 10-year-old boy named Kevin participated in the school's stock market simulation class for the first time. He was born in poverty. His mother worked in a restaurant, and his father had been unemployed for many years. The teacher asked each child to choose 3 stocks for virtual investment. Most people randomly picked Coca-Cola and Disney. Kevin checked the magazine and chose an unknown emerging technology company. A few months later, this tech stock tripled. Kevin used this game to earn virtual wealth and also won a real scholarship. More importantly, he began to study finance. He found that rich people do not rely on luck alone, but on rules, knowledge, and choices. He read financial news every day, applied for a finance major in college, and eventually entered an investment bank. Many years later, Kevin became a volunteer for a public welfare project for youth financial education. He said, "I am not a genius, I just knew the rules early." His story was widely reported by the media. Today, in 2025, global financial education is at its peak. Ontario, Canada has required that high school students must pass a financial literacy test before they can graduate. This policy will be officially implemented on May 30, 2024. Students need to master concepts such as basic budgeting, debt management, investment basics, and inflation. This regulation means, if you don't understand money, don't graduate. This approach has been widely supported by parents, businesses, and educators. They understand that not letting children understand money is to let them be hurt by money in the future. On social media, more and more parents are showing off their children's financial works. Some design family financial statements, some write savings plans, and some make risk maps. Financial education for teenagers is no longer boring, but crosses disciplines and families. It integrates mathematics, psychology, life practice, and even inspires entrepreneurial dreams. A Canadian female high school student said, "If it weren't for the financial quotient class, I wouldn't realize that swiping a credit card is a loan." She now uses her part-time income to invest in ETFs and plans to apply for an economics major. Short video platforms such as Douyin and YouTube have also quickly followed suit. 1 minute to explain inflation and 30 seconds to disassemble credit scores, making financial knowledge as easy to spread as jokes. Many videos start with, "If I knew this earlier, I wouldn't cry while paying off my mortgage," which quickly attracted millions of views. Education has since become real, vivid, and personal. The global trend is irreversible. Financial education is becoming one of the basic skills of the 21st century. Just like reading, writing, and arithmetic, knowing how to manage money determines whether you can control your life. It is not just a math problem, nor is it just an investment technique, but also the judgment when facing temptation and the confidence when facing the future. You learn not only money, but the ability to make choices. This is why more and more schools, families, and platforms list financial education as the core content. Because the future does not belong to those who know the answer, but to those who understand the system. At the end of the story, let's go back to the question. Where does your financial enlightenment start? You did a great job today. Thank you for watching 365 English. Don't forget to like, leave a message, and comment. We look forward to seeing you in the next video.